Hey guys, Chris from 1StrongMan. I got asked the other day why we are turning our home into a homestead. Because we've had chickens and we've done pigs and we've done cows, and I think the big question was really what's the difference, right? What's the difference between having our little gentleman's farm, right, and being a homestead, right? And so, other than it being a fancy word, I think we're in the world where, maybe you're in a preparedness mindset, right? And you're putting away food, and maybe you're in the world where you're trying to reduce your expenses because you're limited on income, or maybe you're worried about, everything, right? Well, it's kind of unique when you look at what a homestead is. And a homestead is when you're trying to live and have the same quality of life that you would have as if things that weren't available to you weren't even an issue, right? So, fuel prices and feeds for your animals and grocery bills and eggs, right now, and it was pork before, and then it was chicken, and then it was beef, and now it's eggs, and then it's gonna be chickens again because it takes so dang long to grow the roosters and the fryers, and so we're just looking at all these things that interfere with your life, right? And on a homestead, when you're in control of those, you have the same quality of life without having the interruptions, right? And you're able to provide that not just for yourself, but for your loved ones and the people around you. And to me, that's what homesteads used to be able to do. They knew that there were times when they would be light on food or light on money, and they couldn't pay the heating bill. So what did they do in those times, man? They had wood stoves. They didn't do oil burning heat, man. What do they do in those times? They raised their beef rather than going to the grocery store. They had their chickens on their farm, or they, for their meat or for their eggs, and that kept most of their proteins. And then they did their gardens, and then they learned to eat either by storing those things for the winter, or they ate seasonally, right? And they had the cabbages in the winter, and the tomatoes in the summer, and that's what we want to do, right? Because we enjoy our life. And we've been busy, man, just like you guys have been busy. And to us, if we can make our home into that idea of a homestead, we can carry on that joy, right? All throughout the year, and not let things interrupt us when there's interruptions in the availability, right? Or the cost. And meats, for instance, we do a great job with that. We do a lot of meat here on the property. We do all our proteins. And my neighbor's going by. To be able to do almost every protein that we eat from the farm. That's pretty amazing. This year we got hit a little bit by surprise with the cost of slaughter and butchered. And so that's going to be part of our home to homestead, is to make that able to be done in a clean and efficient environment here on the property, because we did one this year and it took all darn day, but it was definitely worth $600 or $700, whatever it costing us, to be able to slaughter it and cut it and wrap it ourselves. So but it needs to have a space for that, right? So we're going to be putting together, we're hoping to put together a trailer here this year. It may not happen in the 100 days, but here before the end of summer, by the time our next slaughter happens, we want to have a trailer where it's all washed down, where it has the machinery in it, where it has all the cutting tools, and it has the refrigerated end, and you can just hoist something straight in, go at it, right? And all your bags and all your vacuum sealers and everything is right there. Your wrapping tools are right there at hand, and you're not setting up in a garage. And that's our dream, right? Because if you're gonna grow it, you gotta harvest it, right? And if you're gonna raise it, you're gonna have to butcher it. And if you can save that time, that money, it's all part of that home to homestead, right? So anyways, guys, that's our little dream. Join us, see how we do it. Like I said, we're gonna make mistakes, but you gotta jump in all feet, right? So ask me if you have any questions. I might be able to help. Have a good one.